Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ron Doyle on Maryland's Eastern Shore. I'm a master electrician. I've got a little hack for you. Storage for bits and multiple uses. I've been using this cream for probably O'Keeffe's hand cream for probably 5-6 years. It works. It works really well for dry, cracked hands. I usually put it on right before I go to bed at night. And looking at these containers, man, I really like them. Like a rubber over plastic grip, and they unspin easily. I was storing bits in them, and anytime I wanted to look for a bit, I was rifling through this, because you all know, I'm sure you all have got the same issue, where you've got a bunch of these bits and they're in multiple cases, and you don't have one of those cases on you when you go to need it. Well, I got tired of rifling through this looking for the size bit that I needed, whether it be Robert square drive, or Phillips, or straight, or nut setter, and I come up with a little solution to that. And it's these magnetic bit storage containers that are all made out of O'Keeffe's hand cream. They have two different sizes. Let's see, one size is 3.4 ounces, and this is a 5.4 ounce. And what I got here is 2-inch long bits in this particular keeper, and I've got a Amazon 1.25 N52 neodymium magnet adhered to the bottom of it. Of course, I operate out of a service body. Everything on this service body is metal, even the drawers and dividers that I have inside of it. Basically, all these white pieces that you see are like a white PVC trim board, easily machinable. You can do it with common tools, average tools that any of you have. If you catch a contractor, a lot of times you'll find a contractor throwing away scraps. And what we've got here is what they call a 1x4. It's actually 3/4 of an inch thick and 3.5 inches wide. It's the same width as a 2x4, as you can see. And a lot of this is thrown away. I had a lot of this left over when I was making business signs for a sign shop here in Salisbury, Maryland. And thinking, let's see if I can put this to good use. So what I had done was I took a 5.4 ounce container, and I took the of course the smaller 3.4 ounce containers, and I married two of them together with a piece of 1 inch thick trim board, PVC trim board, and made out my pattern. If you all are going to do this, you're going to need a compass, like so, and do your layouts. It's easier to do your layouts on a square piece of stock. Use your compass. What actually fits this in these cutouts, excuse me, is actually a 3-inch hole saw. That's actually what they're cut out from. So there's no jigsawing to it. It's real quick, it's real simple, and they're easily to duplicate. And what I do, I'm going to show you in a video, part 2, how to make this. What we've got here is 2-inch long bits, two containers married together. This is a small container with 3/4 inch PVC trim board, drilled in a configuration to hold 1-inch bits, and it has a magnetic bottom. This magnetic bottom is what you'll see on Harbor Freight's small parts cup dishes. They look like they're chromed small parts cups. Basically what I do is I flex the cup, I break the magnet off, I throw the bowl away, and I glue the magnet with a 2-part epoxy. Harbor Freight 2-part epoxy. It's part A and part B, mix them equally. This is strong enough to hold the magnets in, as you can see, but it's also strong enough to stick to my service body. Then I got 380 that are, now these bullets are non-ferrous, so that magnet's not holding anything. Magnet's on the bottom. I've got a 22 long rifle. Now, the long rifle, these are all non-ferrous bullets. There's no steel in them, so a magnet will not attract to either one of these. And what I'd done was I put a Night Eyes, if I can spin it around for you, a Night Eyes cell phone holster clip. I've been using Night Eyes holsters for probably 10 years now, and they'll get all frayed and the Velcro stop working, so I'll cut the clips off, and I'm attaching it to the bottom of these. And this is 44 mag, and this is 1-inch PVC trim board. This one is 3/4 PVC trim board. This one's 3/4 PVC trim board. This one is 3/4. This one's 3/4, and this one is 1 inch. But these bullet keepers have got the Night Eyes belt clip on it. So basically, in essence, you can put this screw this cap on, and you can put a nailer plate or a piece of flat metal up under your dining room table, or your end table, or your nightstand in your bedroom. You can stick this up underneath where you hide your gun. You'll have your bullets and your gun side by side. Real convenient for keeping them together. I wouldn't recommend this if you have small children in the house, but you know, my kids are grown and gone, and I thought this was an awesome idea. But you know, when I want to go out and do some target practice, I grab this, I clip that onto my my belt, and walk out. Now we got range day. Real quick and convenient. Another use you could use this for, if you got a welder in the family that uses MIG tips, you're going to need the deep container, but you can pop that insert out. You can put this insert in, and it is the same hole pattern as the bit keeper. These are Mig-tips. These are Tweco 035. Tweco 035, I got it backwards, but Tweco 035 Mig-tips. And these are for like a 200 to 300 amp welder. If you have a smaller welder, smaller MIG gun that uses these screw-in tips, this is that's an 025 tip. This is for a smaller MIG gun, and these tips will actually fit in this 1-inch bit keeper, and the lid will go on, as you can see. So, you know, they've got multiple uses for these boxes, and they're real easy to make. Stay tuned and wait for part 4, and I'm going to show you how to make one of these awesome boxes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ron Doyle. This is part 2. We're going to turn this little bit of a mess in this container more easier to see, and be able to do a quick grab with a magnetic bottom. Let's get started. What you need is a piece of scrap, PVC trim board, preferably 3/4 of an inch for the shallow O'Keeffe's container. And now I'm going to do a template. But basically, if you're getting started with this, you need to do a layout with a compass, and half the diameter of 3 inches, 1.5. So you want to set your travel point against your pinpoint, and do all your layout onto this. This is the hardest part of this whole project, is making the template. But once you get the template made, it's pretty easy from here out. I've got one that we're going to duplicate. So after you make one, you can change the diameter of the holes slightly up or down to change your need and what you're looking for. So we're going to put this on here. We're going to do a 3-inch hole saw. We're going to line her up here. This does make a mess, and you got to hold on to her. Make sure that you allow your hole saw to clear itself. If you don't, this hole saw is going to heat up, and the shavings that are not coming out are going to fuse back together and make a mess. So allow it to drill, and then allow it to free up by raising your drill and spinning the chip shop. Now I'm going to drill half and half on this. All right, we're through. Now this is a fairly used bit. Now what I'm going to do, I don't recommend this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this. Now these teeth aren't cut me because it's in the reverse direction, and I'm spinning it backwards, and I'm trying to cut off the curve cut. Now, if I were to put this in forward, it would cut me. Basically, I'm cleaning it up. I'm going to take a utility knife, if it'll stay open, and we're going to score around this. Now you could use wood, plywood if you wanted. I prefer this because it doesn't splinter like plywood does, and makes it a little bit neater project. Now the downside of drilling this is this will get hot if you don't free up the chips that are coming off the drill bit. I'm using regular drill bits on this. You could use brad point drill bits. If you're doing a larger hole diameter, you could use 4-string bits. But we're just using standard twist drills. And of course, the twist drill is going to vary in size depending on what your application you want to do this for. But your working height of these dishes, these O'Keeffe's containers, is roughly 1 inch. And if you're using it for anything other than, you know, like the bits that I'm using it for. So we've got this cleaned. We're going to put this on a 2x4. We're going to put our template side face up. I'm going to take a long screw. I'm using a truss head screw. It's got a flat head. It draws down nice and tight. I'm going to drop that in the middle. I'm going to flush this up with my fingers. Alright, making sure it's even. Alright, our template's locked down to our base that we're cutting into. Take our hole saw out. Now, we're going to get a drill bit that is good size for our 1-inch bits. And I believe it was a 1964s. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, it is a 1964s drill bit. Now, when you're first doing this, I would highly recommend using a 1/8" drill bit. When you get all your layout done, drill everything. You can do this on a drill press. I'm freehanding this. Do a smaller drill bit and work from a smaller drill bit in 3 steps. Because of this PVC trim board, it gets too hot and it's going to mess up on you. Smaller drill bit to a 3/16 drill bit, and then go up to a, what did I say, 1964 drill bit. Now we're using a template. Everything's going to be nice and tight. I'm going to make sure the template's not shifting on me. And you want to try to keep your drill as straight as possible. Keeping your drill straight. Now, if you don't allow these chips to free out themselves, what's going to happen is you're going to blow out the side. And I know this because I've already done it. So drill down once and then pull up until you see your wood chip. Oh, and I would highly recommend having a bucket underneath of this. It is a mess. Alright, I'm going to finish drilling these out. I'll be right back. All right, got all our holes drilled. We're going to take our holding screw out. I want to show you something. If you go too fast and you build up chips inside, what's going to happen is you're going to blow the chips through the side where it heats up, the PVC. You kind of see it blew through the side there. Didn't really mess up my template too bad, but you want to try to prevent that. And I did blow a hole through it. After you get that done, take out some of the burr off your workpiece. Take a razor blade, hold it flat, shave across the top surface, and that will cut out a lot of your burrs from your drilling process. Flip it over, you can do the bottom. Bottom's not going to be as bad because you were pressed up against the wood. My template got some burrs on it doing that. Now I'm going to keep this template for future use if I ever want to make any more. Now I'm going to have to drill through that again to get that bad spot mess cleared out. All right, I'm going to put our template to the side. Now what you need to do this project, and hold on just a second. All right, what you need is, we're using a 10/32 T-nut. It has a approximate 7/16 barrel on it, and it is fanged. So what we're going to do is pick the best side. We're going to place the T-nut in this side. We're going to take our hammer and drive it down. Now we are taking our messy, unorganized bits. We're going to dump them out. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look around on this container. We're going to find where the label starts, because I don't want the label on there. I'm taking a auto body plastic razor blade. I found that this works the best to get these decals off. Get started under that corner and peel it off. The adhesive on these are really, really good, so you shouldn't have any problem working these decals off. Get it on the corner, work it back and forth, pull that decal off. That way you can see your bits. And the bottom one has already been pulled off. We're going to take our piece that we've cut out, and it fits nice and snug into these small containers. We're going to drop it in there. We're going to take a small drill bit. One thing I found out, you do not want to do this when it's extremely cold out. This plastic is super hard and you will crack the bottom just drilling it. So we're going to lay it on our 2x4. Find center. I'm working a small hole first. This is about an eighth of an inch. And then I'm going to step it up to one more size bigger. And then our final drill bit size. And I can't read the drill bit. Let me tell you what size this is. Our final size is going to be a 3/16. This is a 10/32 T-nut. This is a 10/32 1-inch machine screw. This is actually the package that they came from, but it's 10/32 by 1 inch long, and that measures from the head down to the end. We're going to take our Amazon magnet, which is a 1/4 inch thick, and it is, I'll give you an exact measurement on it. It's an N52 neodymium magnet. Is 1 1/8 wide, 1 1/8 wide. We're going to place our 10/32 screw through the magnet. We're going to take and finish drilling out our hole in the bottom. We're going to run our screw in there. Just make sure I don't have any chips. Go ahead and tighten up this 10/32 into the 10/32 T-nut. Snug it up. Don't over tighten it. You will bust this magnet. This actually acts as a fender washer to give this some more support. And now we're ready to organize our bits. I'm just going to throw these in here. Now the one around the center are going to be held in by the magnet. Fairly strong. You can hear them clicking. The ones on the outside, because this magnet doesn't cover that area, those are going to fall out when you turn it upside down, because the magnet doesn't clear the whole bottom. Now if you want a magnet that's going to clear the whole entire bottom, what you want to do is go to Harbor Freight and buy the small parts cup dishes, and like I said, break these off and use this magnet with a 2-part Harbor Freight 2-part epoxy glue. Scuff the bottom, the underside of this magnet. You want to scuff it up with some emery cloth and clean it off with some rubbing alcohol, and then you want to scour the bottom of this with the emery cloth. Scratch this up nice and good. Do your 2-part A and B mix, and then epoxy this magnet on the bottom side. Now, same principle. Underneath of this magnet, there's a fender washer with a machine screw, a oval-headed machine screw, and you run that screw through to that 10/32 T-nut. So it's the same principle. You're just changing the magnets up. These magnets are more readily available. To get this parts cup dish, that bowl is $2.99. These cost me about $1.25 a piece. These are a lot cheaper. So we're going to go ahead and do our insert our bits into this keeper here, and just keep in mind this is the same size hole pattern as your small screw-in Mig-tips for the welder in your family. If you want to make one of these for him, I could throw in some bits for your MIG tips into there. This screws on nice and tight. You got an organizer. You can't see it over there, but you can stick this inside your utility body. You can put it in your toolbox. You can put this on the side of your toolbox. One thing I would recommend, if you're putting these inside of the utility body or in your work van, you're sticking this to the cabinet in your work van, just keep in mind if this lead does vibrate off and falls and you're traveling due to vibration, these outer bits are going to fall off. This isn't going to fall off. This is super strong. This is going to hold the bits in much better because it covers the whole entire bottom. This is a much better application. It's just these magnets cost quite a bit more. But look, I hope this was helpful to you all in doing some modifications in bit storage. Look, if you all thought this was helpful in any way, please give me a big thumbs up, crush that like button, and consider subscribing to my channel for more innovative and updated ideas for bit storage, tool storage. I've got multiple things that I'm working on right now. I'm going to be publishing, and I'd like for you all to come back and watch. Look, if you all have any comments, give me a comment. Possibly you building one of these and doing something. Tell me what you're putting in this. Hope this video was helpful. Look, you all have a wonderful and blessed day.